Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a high ELO game once again. We're doing Nocturne by Dinh, who is the brother of Reginald. And Reginald we know from Team Solo Mid. So two kind of gaming brothers, I guess. I have to be a little bit quiet here, so just in case the volume isn't what it normally is, it's because I have to be quiet. So anyway, we're going to follow around Nocturne, and Nocturne is going to be jungling, starting off with the cloth armor and 5 health potions, and probably starting at the wolves, but they may actually go for the enemy blue, while attempting to to harass the enemy jungler, I guess. And yeah, let me show you this, so you can actually find out what the runes are. Oh, he's actually going to start at blue. Already at 7% cooldown reduction, which is quite a lot. Spell penetration, which kind of... yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Not in the runes, that is. Yeah, I have no idea. So I don't know what the normal attack damage is, and armor wise, I don't know. Armor 47, that's higher than it normally is, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the cloth armor. So anyway, you can find it out if you want to. So there's the enemy team coming, and the enemy team is going to get the first blood here. It does cost them at least one summoner. No, that was very fast. And they are going to go for the blue. Or no, they're not. So he's going for the raids instead, because after that harassment they really cannot fight for the blue, and he's just going to have to hope that the blue will still be there once he gets to it. But he's going to get raids, wolves, and then probably blue. I'm not really sure when you can do blue. I know Nocturne used to have a lot of trouble with starting blue. But yeah, I got a lot of comments on that. Apparently Nocturne is an excellent jungle nowadays. And yeah, if he's a good jungle now, then sure, go for it. He's really nice as a jungler because of his ultimate. Because he can come in any lane at any time, and that is just excellent. He still has his blue here, so that's a good thing. Because without his blue he's just, just like any other jungle champion, he's a lot less effective. Even though he uses most of his damage comes from his basic attacks, so it doesn't really need a lot of mana there. But it does help a lot. Going to use the smite obviously as a last hit. Misses the smite, but it's not a big deal now. Generally something you want to do for your last hit, because then the enemy team, if they plant the ward or something there, they cannot steal your blue buff. Same goes for red buff and dragon and baron. So that's why you want smite as a jungler. It has nothing to do with your inability to do enough damage. It has to do with the fact that you want to get the last damage done on one of the big buffs with smite, so that the enemy has a harder time actually stealing it. Anyway, we see the mid dying, and then Nocturne picking up the jungler. I'm assuming that Jarvan is the jungler here. Oh no, Warwick was the jungler. So actually picking up the enemy mid, and that means that they actually get a little bit ahead in gold in that exchange, for two reasons. First of all, they get an assisted kill, where Jarvan only had, the kill. so they get additional gold for that, but also because Nocturne was actually able to get rid of the minions, which also was a lot more gold. So continuing here with his jungle. And Nocturne is really one of those champions that really needs like level 3 to gank only, and yeah, once you're level 3 and you have all 3 of your skills, you can basically try to get to mid lane, try to gank, and then if it doesn't work, you can still go for raids, and then, yeah, like he's doing now, raids and golems. It doesn't really matter what path you take at this point, as long as you kill all of your minions as soon as they spawn in the jungle. That is. And as Nocturne, you shouldn't have too much trouble anymore, because like a lot of the champions that came out really underpowered, he is a bit overbuffed by now, and it is really easy to get kills with him nowadays. Yeah, I discussed a lot with you guys, I don't know if it's you guys, but at least with viewers, on the champion videos, and I really like that. I got a lot of feedback there, as we see Nocturne picking up the double buff. Yeah, I got a lot of feedback and some really nice comments, also some really nice champion IDs that people have sent me or commented on, or, well, just overall nice of you to well, to engage in this discussion, because today I actually sent in my what's it called, my job application to Riot Games. So I will be bringing out one video just for that, and well, I'm not explaining anything in that, but one of the assignments you had to do basically was make an analysis of one of a famous game, basically a large game. And I played Diablo 2 a lot, and I decided to, or I used to play it a lot, and I decided to pick that as my game because yeah, it is very easy to take one of these games and basically say, well, it's my favorite game, so it's awesome. But you also have to see where the flaws in such a game are, and I decided to pick Diablo 2 with the Lord of Destruction expansion, yeah, and basically try to find the things that are about the gameplay that I didn't like. By the way, I'm also working on oh, so that's a video coming out, but I'm also working on the items video, and that would be the last video in the series, unless anyone has other ideas of things to do. But yeah, I think that with maps, champions and items, I covered most of the important stuff of where innovative game design can actually mean something, or make a big difference at least. So we finally see him warding. We haven't seen a lot of wards yet, but yeah, using his ultimate there to get away from the enemy, which is yeah, also a use, sure, why not? But then, yeah, his teammate getting totally killed. Yeah, he got out pretty easily, and then the Tarek just runs in and gets killed. And here's one of those moments where if you don't have the smite ready, they're going to steal your dragon. And there we go, he actually steals the dragon, while the enemy had a 5v3 situation. So there's 5 enemies here, and there's only 3 of the purple team, and still the purple team got the dragon. And well, they got 2 kills for 1. So all in all, that was a huge victory for the purple team. Because the dragon is actually worth about what's it, 2 champion kills, I think. Yeah, something like that. Don't know, since they reduced the experience, so only the person killing the dragon gets experience, no global experience anymore. Yeah, since they did that, dragon isn't the high price target it used to be, but it still is quite a good target to go for. And yeah, I just don't know what the worth of it is based in well, in champion kills, I guess, because it used to be a lot more valuable. And nowadays you do get I think 190 gold for it, and yeah, that's about equal to a turret. But yeah, if you multiply that by 5, you're going to get almost 1000 gold, and that is a huge deal. So 1000 gold would be about 3 champion kills, but because there's no experience, it's actually a little bit lower. But yeah, I don't know the exact way to express that in champion kills, but it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that if you get the dragon and you lose 2 champions and nothing more, so no turrets because of that, then you're still winning. So you still got a good deal there. And in this case, because they stole dragon and got 2 kills for 1, they basically are completely ahead by now, even though they're 2 kills behind. So they are going for this guy, but they're not going to get him. Well, they're going to catch up, obviously, but oh my god, Nocturne, dude. You're just killing them. Oh, the turret is gone, that's why they went for him. No, then, yeah, okay, didn't see that. Then obviously they do have a decent chance of actually killing him. Because there's nothing to fall back to, I was assuming the turret was still there. Should have paid better attention. But doing a good job here with the Orianna. Orianna obviously one of the 2 most overpowered champions at the moment. It's Orianna and Yorick, who are completely insanely overpowered. So if you like playing the overpowered champion, go for one of those 2. They're going to be nerfed pretty soon probably, because they're just ridiculous. And I'm not sure if that's the case in all of the games, so also in the low ELO, but in the high ELO they're completely ridiculous. And we'll probably see that in the scores already. I mean, here she's 3-0, and yeah, Yorick is even more ridiculous, because they can keep over buffing champions. So instead of just doing a slight increase or a slight decrease of a skill, they completely change it by like 30% at a time. Or yeah, the thing I still cannot get over, that they had 2 good things in this game, 2 things that were actually very good game design, and one of them was the comeback system. So the fact that if you kill a champion that has killed a lot of your champions, then you would get a large amount of gold. So after 8 kills you get 1000 gold, which means 300 gold for the champion kill and 700 gold as a bonus, because well, he's on a huge killing spree. And they removed that, at least, well, they changed it to 200 bonus gold instead of 700, which is a decrease of like 72%. And so that was one of the things I really liked about the game design, and the other one was Catalyst, and that was why I didn't see it in the patch notes a few patches ago. Because actually Catalyst was one of the few items where you actually had to choose. You can choose to make it into one of the advanced items, so like the Rod of Ages, but then you would lose the level up advantage. And nowadays you get the level up advantage even if you increase or if you level up the item. So even if you make it into Rod of Ages, you're still going to get the item. Failing at the gank here. Surprising. Probably because this curly girl, Oriana, didn't actually see him coming or something like that. So anyway, so those were the two things about this game that I really liked from a game designer point of view. Because when you give people a choice between two things, then it's more skill based than it is now. It is kind of the problem that tanky DPS is. Tanky DPS means that you can both be a tank, so be hard to kill, and you can still do a lot of damage. Well, really it should be like either you do a lot of damage or you're going to be tanky, but never both of them at the same time. I mean, look at any game. It doesn't really matter which one. Any game where you have the choice between two units, the one is going to do that's going to do a lot of damage is always weaker than the one that's doing a little bit of damage. And yeah, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, that's also the case in my favorite game, Magic the Gathering. If you have two cards of similar cost and the one is does a lot of one of them does a lot of damage, then you will always see that the toughness on the creature, so how fast it dies, for those of you that don't play Magic, is always going to be lower. So it's going to die a lot faster than than the creature that doesn't do a lot of damage or doesn't have a lot of utility, because utility is also very strong in a lot of games. And I might actually get some kills here. Yep. Nocturne doing a good job of getting kills here. And is Ash actually going to... yeah, she did actually finish off the Corki. So good job there, even though she died for it, but still. 3 for 3 trade, not bad. But as you can see, Oriana 4-0, Nocturne 5-1. They are the big carries in this game. And Tarek is 0-4, which means that by now he shouldn't get any kills anymore. He shouldn't even try to get kills, because at this moment he's worth about, I don't know, 100 gold if you kill him, while Oriana and Nocturne are worth like 400 gold. So that's a big difference, and for your team losing 300 additional gold, oh wow, nice dodge. But losing 300 additional gold on a champion kill is really, it can make a big difference. So a nice use of the ultimate there just for the extra damage. It's incredible. So yeah, doing kind of a mixed build, I guess, going for some attack damage with cooldown reduction and armor penetration, and going for some critical strike. But yeah, well, this one provides the gold. So the only items that really or you really have to choose are the gold item, because if you level them up, they don't give any gold anymore. So I guess that's now my favorite item from a game designer point of view, but it's not very good. I like the fact that you had to choose between well, basically the catalyst, which gives you a huge advantage early game, but less of an advantage late game. And so late game you had to choose when you wanted to switch it into or upgrade it to some other item. But apparently not a good idea according to Riot Games, which is fine, it's a choice. I mean, I like my games a certain way. I like my games to be more of a tactical game, where you have to make choices in order to do something correctly. And if you don't like that, if you just want to make a game, yeah, you can make any rule you want and any decision you want. Doesn't really matter. But hopefully, if I get hired by Riot, I will be able to bring a little bit more strategy into this game and a little bit more of a choice, but also reduce the amount of yeah, let's call them duo strategies or multi-purpose champions. There are so many champions that can both do a lot of damage and have a lot of utility and be tanky. That's just incredible. You should have one of the three. You're either going to be a carry, which is very squishy but does a lot of damage, or you're going to be a support who has a lot of utility, or you're going to be a tank who has a lot of health but not a lot of damage, not a lot of utility. I guess the tanks can still have utility because, well, it is kind of useful, and it's another kill. So the unspeakable horror, the fear, is really, really strong on Nocturne. Makes it really easy to gank, especially since it's targeted. It's not a like what are they called? Skill shots. And if it was a skill shot, it would be a lot harder to land, and it would make ganking a whole lot more, well, difficult. But now you can just press R, press E, and go to town with your basic attacks until they're feared, and then you get like a second extra, or 2 seconds, I don't know. So it's 2 seconds, it takes 2 seconds and then 1.25 seconds, but that depends on how much you level it up. I think it levels out at around 2 seconds. And yeah, they also say that there's no wards on the map. I already commented on that a little bit. But yeah, Nocturne not doing an excellent job of warding here, even though it is his job, along with Tarek. Tarek should take care of some wards, and Nocturne should at least put his free wards somewhere. But I guess he's too busy killing people. But then again, when you're 10 and 1, nobody can complain about you. So this was a very good game, very fast game, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. GG.